we talking about today?
We are going to talk
Horoscopes.
a little bit about horoscopes.
Totally cut you off there.
There it is there.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Continue.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but I wanted to ask, I mean, is this like witchcraft or something? Are you a witch?
No, not at all. Not at all.
You're saying you're not a witch then?
That is my real laugh, by the way.
Is Natalie making that noise right now? No, that's a sound effect, guys. So, what is a horoscope, by the way? Because I have a little bit of an insight. I don't really know, per se. I just feel like it's kind of like a fortune tell. Let me tell you about the future.
No. It's not let me tell you about the future type of stuff. It's just an outline of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
What your characteristics are.
Who am I?
What your passions are. You are Mr.
I'm a Sagittarius.
He's a Sagittarius.
Which I have no idea what that means. When I hear Sagittarius, I think like of a bull with horns, like
No.
on top of fire.
You're actually the archer. Half
Don't know what that means.
half man, half goat.
I'm a goat? Why am I a goat?
No. You're a fire sign, is what you are.
Okay, so you're saying I'm not... You're saying that I'm not like a sheep or anything like that.
This is you.
Oh, that's very weird. It's very weird. You're saying I have like 4 legs.
Yeah, every
sign
has its own symbol. And that would be the one that symbolizes. Hey, at least it's not a crab like mine. Mine's a crab.
You're a
like,
crab?
Really? What the heck does a crab mean?
That you crawl in the sea and you snap at anybody that messes with you. Are you a beachgoer?
Yes.
There you go.
Beach.
You're a crab.
I love the beach.
You're a crab. Those things are accurate.
It means I sidestep.
To the left.
To the right.
left.
I make a dance out of it. I make a dance out of life.
Excellent. So what is a Sagittarius per se? What can you tell me about myself that some of the traits that a Sagittarius is involved with? Basically,
it means you're a fire sign. When you think of fire, what do you think of?
I think of Satan. Just kidding. No, when I think of fire, I think of somebody with a lot of passion that keeps them lit and keeps them going. And it could be multiple things, but most of all, I feel like it's something that can't be put out.
Well, it depends. You can be put out by a water sign.
Boo.
Okay, but you're on the right track though. Fire signs are go-getters. They're the leaders. They're the inspirers. The pioneers of the zodiac. They're the ones that get it going and do it fast. Mm-hmm. It's pretty quick to light you up, and it's pretty. Once you get lit, it's pretty intense.
So you're saying water could easily destroy me?
Not destroy you, but kind of tame you.
That could be a positive thing. When I hear that, I'm thinking of like a woman that's like water, and like, okay, she sees the fire in me, but she wants to make sure I don't burn others.
Something like that.
Yeah. Am I off or?
No, you're not off. Water signs are very perceptive. Water relates to emotions. Fire relates to creative energy. The earth signs relate to material things.
How did you get into this?
I was bored one day.
You were bored, twiddling your thumbs?
I was 15 and pregnant.
Okay.
That's what I was. And
15? What's 15 years old? What does that have to do with the whole learning?
Well, I was bored and I didn't want to watch TV, and so I picked up an encyclopedia and came across one of the signs, and
you have a gigantic book in your hand right now.
This is the book I've carried with me for a long time. It's got a lot of info in it.
It looks very big. Have you read the entire thing?
Yes, I have.
Wow.
There's a lot of graphs and stuff in here to do calculations, to do a chart, a personal chart.
And you believe fully into this book?
I live by it.
Whoa, you live by it.
I live by it. It's very helpful in a lot of ways.
Do you worship this book?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, good. I'm just saying that reminds me of a Bible when I'm looking at it, and it has like scriptures in a way, like almost in a way to live.
No.
And it's kind of like a positive thing because they're pretty accurate.
I probably have about 30 astrology books in my home.
Whoa. And they always give you like good advice. Like I remember a situation I had where I was miserable where I was living at. And it wasn't because of the people that were there before. It was the people that had arrived. Mm-hmm. And I read a horoscope on, I think it was like abc.com or something that has its own horoscopes. And I clicked on it. And it said, you are upset about something, of someone inside of your home. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, you are thinking about leaving, but don't run out as fast as you can. Think about it and just try to go to a friend's house. It told me exactly what to do. It didn't say like, kill everybody in the house. It was just like positive, get yourself out of the situation and try to gather yourself. And
like
I was
advice,
like,
right?
It was a trip to how accurate. How did it know that? And, right. Like I can't physically see it working.
You can't touch it, feel it, taste it, nothing.
Okay, so you're 15 years old and you're reading this book.
I come across one of the zodiac signs. It totally just captures my attention and I go by.
Okay, but let's talk about you though. You had that sign, your own sign, and then it started working for you. Was it accurate?
It was scary accurate. It
Yeah.
described me, and this was at a time in my life where I was lost. I didn't know who I was. I didn't feel like I belonged. Nothing in here. A book is telling me who the hell I am. I thought, well, this is interesting.
Yeah. And in any scenarios that actually it said something and it actually happened, or it was happening as.
Well, it said that one of the most popular traits of a Cancer was being a maternal figure, and I just happened to be 15 and pregnant at the time.
Whoa. You were made to fertilize. Wait,
I
is
guess
that the
so.
correct term?
Sounds good.
Fertilize. That sounds like fertilizer, which is poop that goes into the.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to insult cancers. Cancer. What does that even mean? What's your sign again? A crab?
Yes. Well, that's my symbolism. I'm a crab. I'm a Cancer. I'm the fourth sign of the zodiac. I'm all about family.
Whoa. Slow down. Okay, let's back up. Okay. Who names these things? Who created these things? Where does this book come from? I always like to ask. I always like to challenge. I had Christians in here before, and I go, "Where does your book come from?" I like to challenge all. Is there a connection directly to religion with that book?
Kind of, sort of. It dates back to the days of Nostradamus.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a long time ago, back in the day when they used like the Aztec calendar and stuff like that. The Aztec calendar was basically put together with the use of astrology. Religion came in and kind of like put a stop to astrology, calling it a witchcraft type of thing. But really it was because this is how, people who discovered that they could make money based on religion, using religion, could suppress that and go ahead and use their religion beliefs to get what they wanted, which was money.
I don't know if this is accurate or even on topic, but do you believe in spells?
I believe in energies. Do you feel that? Did you feel that?
Sorry.
Are you under my power?
I'm just messing with you, yeah. But do you believe in energies?
I believe in energies. I believe that someone who's envious can definitely pass that energy on to you. And if they want to see you do bad, if you are weak-minded, it'll happen. You know how they say, surround yourself with positive people.
I'm definitely into positive people. A lot of us don't know how to do that. Let's take a call real quick. 714 area code. What's up? You're on the podcast with Natalie and DJ Lou.
What's up, Lou? It's Eddie. Hello, Natalie.
Hi.
Eddie, what up, brother? What are you laughing at? What's so funny, man?
I got to play devil's advocate because I'm sorry to call and be like the skeptic right away, but I have to throw some questions out there as well. It's because I'm sure these are topics that Natalie is going to cover, in this, because she's just such a firm believer, and I respect that absolutely. But like, what do you say when you also hear that, there's no scientific evidence to back any of the positions of the stars and the date you were born has anything to do with the events that happened in your life? And like, how do you react to people telling you that these are coincidences, like that are special to you because they happen to you, but they also happen to a lot of people? I mean, like Lou, the example you gave, I don't know anybody that isn't upset at least one person in their house. And the example that
Good point.
Gave,
yeah.
Like I'm sure she grew up in a generation, and it's kind of generalizing, saying that cancers are specifically more attuned to like maternal instincts than a woman of a different astronomical sign.
Okay, keep it to one question here because you're going off. But
okay, well, just
wait. Let me stop you real quick because I want to say that you might not know anybody, but you do now know Eddie, because I live in a household where I get along with everybody. So I made it right, and then I am a firm believer in positive energies, and that's exactly what I'm surrounded by. Go ahead, Natalie.
I'll keep this really short and simple. People tell me that, I say, absolutely, you're right. There is no scientific proof. It's on an intuition level, and what works for you may not work for me, and so it's all. What you want to believe is good for you. What I want to believe is good for me. I just pass the info along. What you do with it is up to you.
Awesome. I wanted to say
also astrological signs. Specifically, like, really date back well before Nostradamus. I mean, you can go even back to like pagans before organized religion, like Stonehenge. Like as long as we've been able to look at the stars, we've been trying to like connect them to the events in our lives.
Right.
It goes back to tribalism, like way back.
Right. It does. And it's spiritual. It's all along the lines of spirituality.
which Eddie has no soul. So
and again, I don't want to apologize. I'm not.
Oh no! Don't apologize. Don't ever apologize.
I'm kind of a skeptic on it, and if you scratch the surface of a skeptic, you find a disappointed idealist is what the saying is.
Yes.
Like
negative Nancy.
The kind
Negative
of
Natalie.
resentment I have towards organized religion, I don't have at all towards astrology or the people that kind of follow it, because it's used in a positive way. It's not, people don't kill each other over their star sign. You know what I mean? It's meant to like put a positive influence on your life. So that's what I really
not yet anyway
about it.
Well, Eddie, thanks for the call, brother. I'm going to put you back on hold. He's like, I want to talk more. Well, man, he came in and he was a buzzkill.
But no. I mean, once we cover more things, it'll answer a lot of his questions.
He's a hardcore skeptic, though. So am I.
But there are many.
But I'm open-minded to this right now, and like I've always told like a dozen people, like, hey, I'm into information. It doesn't mean that I think it's true. I'm just listening and I'm learning. Doesn't mean that I think it's all true. Well, and it's not that I'm here trying to at all like what Eddie was doing.
And I don't go around pushing my views on people. You know what I mean? If you want to believe it, fine. If you don't, that's not my purpose. Mm-hmm. I share my knowledge with you. Right. This is me.
Deal with it. One thing that I'm interested in, though, is how accurate it's been with my life, because of I don't look and start reading these going, oh, it's going to be right today. Right. I start reading it and going, wait, that did happen though. that was pretty like recent, and then it's trying to tell me what to do now, and it's pretty accurate. And
wait till I do your own personal chart.
Let's
You're
do
gonna be
it.
blown away.
All right, so
yeah.
What can astrology? Is that the correct way?
That's correct.
Help me in my daily life. How is it helpful?
Well, it helps you effectively deal with people if you know their signs. For example, Tauruses are known to be very, very stubborn. Okay, so if I have a boss who's a Taurus, I'm not going to be trying to change his mind 24/7 because I know he's stubborn. So I'm just going to, not even waste my energy there. Or, if I have a Pisces child, or I have a Scorpio child, or I have a Cancer child, those are all water signs, which means they're very emotional. I'm going to deal with them in a little bit more of a sensitive way. Yeah. And so on and so forth.
I'm listening to that and thinking about work again, and I remember going up to people that are just stubborn out of their minds, and I don't try to pry right away. I try to hear them out, and then I start thinking like, wait, there might be a reason for this. I'm a guy who likes to reason a lot. And then I come to find out the guy has back problems and he's on a bunch of medication. So I kind of fill people out nowadays, and I don't want to say kiss their butt, but I side with them and I try to get their side. You're empathetic. I hear their side and I listen to them. And then I flip it on them and say, you fucking asshole, when they're not looking. But it's all about who you surround yourself with. So right. I think it's very helpful to anybody out there who wants to learn these things, because it kind of gives you an intake of who you might be. And you're saying it is.
Like, for example, if I come across someone who's an earth sign, which is a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus, I know that those are signs that are very prone to just believe the tangible. They're not signs that are very spiritual, or if they are spiritual, that it has to be in a tangible way. So I'm not going to sit there and try to...
Wait, so 4 signs actually have their own group, their own posse?
There's elements in each sign in the zodiac. All through there's air, fire, earth, and water, and 3 signs belong to each one of those elements, and those elements have certain personality characteristics as a whole. Yeah. So, air signs are very mental. Fire signs are very creative and passionate. Earth signs are very organized and materialistic. Water signs are very intuitive and emotional.
Wow, they got this thing down to a chart. You fit in this chart. Wow. Amazing. And has it helped you?
It's helped me in a lot of ways.
How so?
Well, for example, I have a situation with a daughter of mine that I went through where she was cutting, and I found it very difficult to understand what was going on.
Same here.
When looking up her sign and doing research on her sign, I learned a lot about her, and I guided the way I approached that whole situation based on what her sign said, and it has been extremely effective. We have connected on more of a human-to-human level, and I have been able to fully encourage her talents as a way to, to help her find her place in the world.
Interesting. Because I still can't figure out my sister. I'm still butting heads. We're going at it all the time. And not that she's talking back. I'm kind of like the dominant one, like, you're going to do what I say. Only because I want what's best for you. And I know that... to a lot of people, like the caller we had, Eddie, whose parents were hardcore religious, like it just turns them off and they go another direction. And I'm kind of looking at a domino effect with all my siblings that I've been taking care of, because they all have seemed to piss me off, and we stopped talking. I'm starting to think now maybe my direction isn't the right way, but in my mind it's like about having honor in yourself and respect, where people, well, that's a vague term. What are you talking about? Well, it's like the simple basic things of like, let's work together. I come from a very low class family, so it was up to me to try to get us out of that. And in order to do that, I had to be stern. I had to be strict. I had to say, let's go this straight direction, because if we don't, we're going to end up like everyone else, which is, can't afford shit.
Yeah.
You're living in shit. You may be poor. You remember
The struggle's real.
You seen the protest we went to? There was a ton of homeless people.
A lot. Oh, Santa Ana is riddled with them.
I was shocked because I hadn't seen so many homeless people in a very long time like that. And I'm like,
I mean, you just go down a normal street like Main Street at night. It starts around 6 p.m.
Yeah.
They all start coming out. And literally, they're everywhere. And it just blows my mind on how there's so much we're doing as a country for other countries. Why are we not fixing ours? Why are we not looking at our problems, And
it's so big because there's a ton of people in this country, and not just Santa Ana. I went to Anaheim, and same exact problem.
Oh, yeah.
You go anywhere, it's the same exact problem. It's like more and more people are losing their homes. I don't know if it's an educational thing either, because I know drugs came and just swept everyone off their feet and fucked a lot of people up.
I think it starts in your childhood. It starts with the education system. The education system is very broken, and I think it starts there, and then it branches out to a vast array of issues that are going on in our country.
This is why I homeschooled my sister, because she was being bullied and started cutting herself, and I was shocked because I'm like this taking care of guy, taking care of his family and doing everything right, and then boom, I get hit with this
out of left field,
ton of bricks. Like, what the fuck?
With something you don't understand.
Had no idea what was going on. And the same thing you were telling me is off the air was the same thing the counselor was telling me, like, this is an addiction. It's not just going to go away. But it did go away because she hasn't been doing it since, and I have been checking on her. Right. Well, what am I supposed to do? Spread your cheeks?
No. But stay perceptive. You are a perceptive person, and maintain yourself perceptive.
Because I mean, she was cut on her arms, and then I was like, I'm watching you every day now. And then the next week they call me back into school, says she's cutting again. I'm like, how? I've been looking at her arms, on her legs.
On her legs, yeah. My daughter started cutting on her back.
Oh my God! So I'm starting to look on her legs now, and then like the other day, I'm like, let me see everything. She had shorts on. I'm like, lift up your shorts all the way, and obviously, I'm not going to look at her private parts.
Find her a creative outlet. Find her some way to release her emotions.
Right. I try getting her into exercising, and I know it's more than that. It's stress that just builds up.
What's her sign?
She was born in September.
September
26.
Virgo. It's not a Virgo.
You got the book. Check it out.
I know. I've got the book.
But you look through it, and I'm just gonna go off about what she's been doing, and she seems a lot better. I mean, she's talking like I'm talking, just questioning everything and asking questions and wondering.
That's really good.
I'm trying to get her to not bow down to what people tell you. Even the schoolwork she's doing right now, it's asking her, "Do you think Christopher Columbus was an American hero?" And she's asking me, and I'm going, "Well, what do you think? Don't ask what I'm thinking. Like, what is going on in your mind?" And she doesn't know the history.
Well, it's amazing what happens when the social aspect is removed from your education.
Meaning social aspect.
Meaning, when you go to school, there's a lot of social things going on that totally distract you from getting your education.
Wow, true that.
There's drugs, there's gangs, there's kids and gossip, sex. Bullying has been a huge issue lately, and it's
been there forever. It's just more and more that we have these cameras, we're able to document it. Another reason why, like, police, they don't want to have cameras on them, and judges don't want cameras in the courts, because they know this is the proof. There's no hiding from a video camera and audio tape. You can't destroy that.
So your sister's a Libra.
You say it like
fine. It's a Libra.
You say it like a damn doctor.
No.
So we've come up with a conclusion here.
Well, not really a conclusion, but I'll tell you what. She's a mental sign. She's in her head 24/7. It's all about her thought process.
Well, I'm always looking at her day drifting, and I'm going, "What are you thinking about?"
And she's gonna do that.
And she goes, "Nothing."
And she means it when she says it, believe it or not.
What do you mean?
She means it.
She's thinking of something.
Only a Libra can do that. I'll tell you what. My mom's a Libra. My ex-fiance is a Libra. And they are so wishy-washy, and they can never make up their minds about anything. But they are all about fairness. fairness
She's
all across the
definitely
board.
about fairness.
So if you can just they're very artistic too. So you writing, as far as writing goes, they're very creative writers. So maybe,
Maybe some drawing.
turn her onto it and see what happens. It could
got
be
her
a
some-
creative outlet.
You're right, because I got her some paintbrushes a while ago when she was smaller, and she loved them. And then I kind of I would buy them for her, and like her sisters would use them, so she wouldn't get the chance to use them because they were crowded in a small house, and it was kind of she got the rest of it, the leftovers, and that's why I've always spoiled her. Now I'm like, you deserve everything because you didn't have anything when you were small. Everything that I bought you, my mom would be using it. Like I got her a CD player and I put some Disney princess songs in there, and then a week later I'm like, where's your CD player at? Oh, mom's using it. So she pissed me the fuck off. Another reason why I hate my mom. If we can talk about that later, I'll write that down so we can go into that.
He hates his mom.
I hate that bitch.
I'll talk about her later.
Okay, so when we were talking about my sister again, is there any way I can maybe help her more? When I say help her, get more on her side, because she started going through the girl thing recently. Every month she's having her thing. I'm not used to this. I have no idea what the hell's going on.
The biggest problem you're going to be facing with your sister is that she is going to be changing her mind quite often about her beliefs.
That's so accurate.
Quite often.
You know why that's accurate? Because I'm always telling her, Amber, you just said this over here, and you're doing this. Oh, I'm not hungry, yet you're eating right now. You just said 5 minutes ago you weren't hungry.
Her mind is going to constantly change.
And it drives
that's
me
their biggest
nuts.
problem. They cannot make up their mind. They are helpers. They love to help people. They love to make people happy. So if she's helping you and she is being thanked and she is being told what a great job she's doing, she's more apt to open up a little bit more to you.
This is the strange part, is when I ask her to clean the room, when I ask her to do something, she does it, but it's like I have to always tell her, didn't I, you should do it on your own. Something's on the floor, you should pick it up. And then I don't tell her thank you afterwards, because it's at that anger point now where it's
not the neatest sign in the zodiac.
What is that?
It's not the neatest sign. It's not, as far as being organized and cleanliness and all that, it's not the neatest sign.
I bet. I bet. So when I try explaining these things to her, I feel like she's dumb or something.
No, she's not dumb.
Of course she's not dumb, but I mean, we all can be dumb at some times in our decision making.
She has a different way of expressing herself, and she is definitely going to doubt herself a lot. That's one of the biggest things about Libras. They doubt themselves a lot. So reinforcing her self-esteem is going to play a major role in her outcome as a whole.
Interesting. And is she gonna show any more signs? I mean, as you get older, do things change in your sign?
Well, with maturity comes a lot of things.
What about that friend that's immature as hell and never grows up?
Well, that depends what sign they are. Some signs are
Is
like a Gemini, for example. Geminis are just two-faced as is, and that never changes.
Two-faced?
Two-faced. They are represented by the twins, and that's because there's a side of them they show everyone else, and there's a side of them they never show. And really,
wow,
you can never really tell when a Gemini is telling you the truth or not.
Wow, I know.
Having
friends
said
like
that, though, they are extremely intelligent, extremely good communicators. They are fast on their feet, and they're very mental as well, but they are quick-witted.
Are they evil?
They can be.
I think we all could be, right?
Scorpios are good for that.
I mean, we can break the shit down to I stepped on an insect and I thought it was funny. Isn't that evil?
I would have cried.
Right? People that step on snails. Only when I step on snails, I'm like, fuck, man, I feel so bad.
I kill a cockroach and I feel guilty. Really? I am riddled with guilt.
Well, cockroaches are bugs, though. They fucking bug you.
They bug the shit.
Crawl all over your food and shit. I want to squish them right away. I hate those fuckers.
Man.
Ants, too. Those things, they bite, too. You're laying down, they fucking crawl on you and shit, and they bite the shit out of you. At my uncle's house, we always had an ant problem. And, I would try to always vacuum up, but I'd eat in the room one time, and I'd drop a fry or something.
And they were all over it,
Yeah, and I'm waking up, and there's a fucking million of them, and they're all over my leg, and they're biting me and shit. I'm like, fucking bastards. Put some fucking baby powder all over them. Fuck you. And then my sister, she's the type that doesn't want to harm anything. And I'm telling her, if there's a black widow, that shit needs to go. It's going to kill you or you kill it. Because if it bites you, you're not going to feel your foot. And the doctors, they're going to try to take the poison out. But that shit, I heard, feels like your foot's going to fall off. So I don't know. What about, Mike's sign again? I want to get back into my sign because I feel like there's so much about me I don't know. And I always say that. The only thing I know is that I know nothing because I'm learning every day and my mind is changing every day. And I want to stay on one path to guide people. But when you're telling me all these things about different people, two-faced and shit, like, why am I going to tell them anything? They don't want to hear me.
Well, you never know how you can help people.
I just need to get with my Sagittarius people and break it down. March with my magic. Which one are you again? You're Cancer. Are we close by each other? Are we cool?
No, we're not close by each other. I'm a water sign.
Oh, you're water. You're here to calm me down. That's not nice.
I'm just kidding. No, I am a water sign though. But Sagittarius is all about education. They're high on the education plane, on the mental plane. They're always forever looking for knowledge. Mm-hmm. They're the truth seekers.
I definitely seek for truth.
The adventurers of the zodiac. They're the ones that love to go on adventures. You can't keep them pinned down, especially in relationships.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I was about to say,
no way, Jose.
I'm really introverted. I don't like to go out as much as I would like to. That sounds weird. I really would like to go out, but I feel like I don't belong anywhere. Like anyone that I'm around, I'm talking to them, and when I say that, I'm saying like random strangers, and I'm hearing bullshit coming out of their mouths, like about football or something. I look at them going like, how can I be your friend? Like,
you don't do small talk.
I don't do small talk. I don't like anything that has to do with bullshit. Like, I want to get involved in a movement. I want to change it all. I feel like I should be at a podium always giving speeches to people. And not that I'm that great at speaking, but I feel like we got to educate each other. So if people want to be educated, that's the thing. Do they want to be educated, you know? And what the fuck do I know about education?
Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them don't even have the idea that that's an option. I mean...
So, like, what you're telling people about their signs, I'm trying to tell people about their rights.
Right.
When you tell people about what they're made of, I tell them the same thing, that you can stand for yourself. I'm trying to build a inner confidence inside that makes you say, I know my rights. You can't F with me. I can march. I can speak. I can protect my rights and my freedoms. So that's what I'm about. And
that's good. We need more people like that.
Yeah, there's no profit involved. I do this out of the love and compassion. I used to help my brothers and sisters. I'd spend every paycheck on them. Now I don't talk to them anymore. All my money goes to people I don't even know because I want to help. I want to help. I want to help.
You put it out into the universe, it comes right back.
That's what my dad used to say. Mm-hmm. My dad's born in March. What is he? A goose?
March.
March 22nd.
March 22nd makes Pisces, I believe.
He's always told me.
Pisces.
Come on, you got the book. He's always told me that I want to know because he's one of the closest people to me in my life that I.
Well, if he is a Pisces, then he is a water sign, which would mean he could tame you.
He drinks like a motherfucker.
Oh, so he's a Pisces. Pisces is the escapist of the zodiac, the one that the sign most prone to addictions is Pisces. They are the daydreamers. They are the.
He definitely daydreams himself to sleep.
They're
when he's
very
drunk.
artistic.
Yeah, he's a DJ. He likes to mix music and stuff. But is there like there's dates, right? Like
yes,
it's not January 1st to like it's where does it start? Like what's the first
Wait a
one?
minute. You said March 22nd, right?
Yeah, sorry. I'm
sorry,
throwing
I
a bunch of curveballs at you. No, you got a good memory. You remembered. If you would have forgot like me, I forget shit all the time.
It's funny. Okay, he's actually an Aries.
Is that good?
But he's an Aries born in... He's on the cusp of Aries and Pisces. So he will have Pisces tendencies along with his Aries characteristics. It makes him headstrong and impulsive at times. It makes him resent people easily. He's a fire sign, just like you. Aries is a fire sign. So it makes you guys a lot alike. But a very intellectual sign. Only he comes before Sagittarius, so that would make him the leader and you the one who pushes the power along, basically, so to speek.
That's weird because that's what I'm doing with Wildstar right now. Wildstar led the march, and I was pushing ahead because he was late, like usual. I'm just kidding. Wildstar. I was the guy that was, hey guys, let's get together, let's assemble. Like, thank you guys for all being here. We're gonna start up this march right now. So, just hang tight.
Yes.
And I led the way there.
You definitely portrayed your leadership characteristics that day, yes.
But I wasn't the leader because when Wildstar got here,
it's in your nature to take that role. Like
right.
No one has to ask you; you just automatically step into it. Whereas a lot of people shy away from it, like me.
And I guess so. Do you think like that could ever change? I mean, could this book ever be rewritten where people do change? I mean,
there's countless books out there with information. The information available on astrology is very vast. It's something I'm still learning, and I'm been into it since I was 15. There's and it's the study of the movement of the planets throughout the sky or throughout space that with different influences, and depending on what aspects they are to each other, whether it's positive, negative, or whatever. It's constantly changing.
And do people add on more? Because every week I can look at a horoscope and it tells me what's going to happen.
Well, that's because by then the position of the planets have changed. Therefore, the influence have changed.
But do they come back to that same nature around a whole year?
Some of them do, yes.
Some of them do?
Some of them do. Well, some of the planets take longer transits than others. The moon, for example, changes sign every 2 days because it's fast moving. The sun changes every 30 days. The faraway planets like Pluto and Uranus take years and years and years to change, but
I get it. That's
it's basically their cycle around the Earth.
Who thought of this whole concept?
I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
That's deep, right?
That's deep.
This is why I believe in alien type.
But here's the thing, though. Everybody's got to believe in something.
That's so true.
Everybody's got to believe in something, and really, when nothing in this life makes sense at times, sometimes the non-tangible can help you get through whatever issues you're having.
Do you believe in aliens?
I believe in aliens. Mulder.
Do you think there's aliens?
I believe in aliens, absolutely.
Are you an alien? See, I think
I could be.
I think we're aliens because let's get into some weird alien shit. So I think we were
holy crap! We just opened a can of worms.
I think that we were the ones that were not supposed to be here. If you look at every animal, they kind of have an idea what to do. They're already programmed. Where we need to be nurtured for months after month and learn how to walk. And I feel like either aliens came down here and raped monkeys, and that's created us. Just bear with me. And rape's a bad word. I like what's going on. I like it very much. And it created us because we have the form of a ape, and we just don't have the fur, and that's why we need fur to keep warm. But we have no idea what we're doing here. We're temporarily here, involuntary. We just walk around and we think we all have a place, but we really don't. We just are here, if that makes any sense.
Let me see the palm of your right hand. Your other hand.
What's going on here?
What's going on here is that I'm telling you that this is not your first lifetime. Your soul has lived many, many, many lifetimes. Based on your palm, I can tell you you're an old soul, which means you're a very wise person by nature.
Thanks. I think I'm
just
a thinker.
You did choose to be here. You just don't remember that you chose to be here.
This is reminding me of that movie with Will Smith when he's a superhero and then he totally forgets why he's there, and his girlfriend he keeps following. He doesn't know it's his girlfriend.
Hey, it's the same concept basically.
And then she has superpowers. He didn't know that, and nobody knew. And she's like, "This is our little secret. Don't you interfere with what the fuck." That looks like Adolf Hitler right now.
But no, that's not what it is. We'll get into that some other time.
Back to my alien theory, but so. Thank you. I'm an old soul. I didn't know that. I feel like I have the wisdom of an 80-year-old dude. It's not even wisdom. It's just I've been around enough people to tell you don't make the same mistakes as they did. And I'm trying to steer you in a right path, but you're going to turn it anyway because you don't want to hear me. And I feel like I am very wise. I don't know if I am, but I like to say I am because I make smart decisions and I try to go with my instincts. And when I speak right now, I really don't know what the hell's processing in my brain. It's just going. And I know it's all backed up by
You sound
knowledge.
just like Kyle Cease right now.
Who the fuck's that?
Kyle Cease. He's a motivational speaker / comedian. Look him up on Facebook. He is awesome.
Is he cool?
He is totally awesome. He does not... When he does his seminars, he doesn't prepare for anything. He just talks at the moment.
Yeah.
And then he says that is how he shows his raw, authentic self. And you just showed your raw, authentic self right now.
Some priest dude, was it a priest dude? Some religious dude was like, right now I'm telling you stuff not from me. It's not coming from me. It's coming from God right now. Everything that I'm saying is coming from God. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but it's from God. Every script that he was saying, everything that he memorized, he felt like it was coming from God. And that's kind of how I feel. Not that I'm a God believer, but that when I speak, it's from the passion of how I really interpret it as I'm not trying to mislead you. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to be in pain. I want you to be happy. And I hope that you find your happiness, but you got to be mentally strong to get to that. You have to... I've always believed in trickery of the mind, how people psych you out.
Yes.
And I believe there's a lot of people doing that, and they know intelligently how to do that. And I'm I'm not falling for your bullshit. It's like magicians. It's a trick. You know it is, but they just fooled you. And it looks so damn real. So I believe in trickery. A lot of people are up to that. And it's my job to expose them. And it's my job to tell the truth. And it's my job to say, you fucking lied. and that's what I want to do for a living. Is
That's
just
awesome.
I want to study law. Thank you. I want to study law.
Ooh, law's intricate.
It is only because
Very misleading.
yeah, it's a whole other language.
There's loopholes everywhere.
Right? It's like you can find loopholes in almost anything if you
Almost
actually
anything.
think tank.
If you look into it,
you break the shit down.
Yes.
But I want to study law for one purpose: to tell everybody about the law. Like I want to study it only to expose it for what it is and
got
break
your
it down.
back. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I got your back.
Thank you.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Awesome. Yeah, I wanna just have it on document where kids can go online and say, well, what is this law this cop's trying to arrest me for? Boom, they type it in. I have a whole show on it. Like, this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to try to say. This is what you tell the judge. So therefore, we end a corrupt court system, which I don't think is fully corrupt. I know there's channels they go through.
You know, and then, like everything, you have your good and your bad. There are really good cops out there.
Yeah.
But there are also really bad cops out there.
Right.
And just like with anything, the bad cops give the good cops a bad name.
And because I study criminal justice, I can see both sides,
Yeah,
and I can see
absolutely.
why people are pissed. But I'm like the referee. I'm like, we should all be referees. We should not be on one side.
Well, just because there are good cops doesn't mean that we shouldn't call bad cops out, is what it is.
Oh, of course. That's
you know,
why
people think, oh, yeah, all the cops are good, da da da. Why are you doing this, or why are you saying that, or why are you going up against them? But really, in reality, what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right.
Yeah,
based on morals.
But then it becomes very vague when we're marching down the street saying "fuck the police."
Yeah.
when if somebody were to pull out a gun and start shooting up the place, we got to call the police.
We gotta call the police.
You know, even though I believe in the Second Amendment, where we should all have weapons.
I think we should come up with a better statement, not so much as "fuck the police," but maybe like, I don't know, "fuck the corrupt."
Yes.
Or something like that, because it should be very specific.
Yes. See, you're right there on cue. I'm trying to tell people, like, fuck the police. It's vague. We got to get more detailed on
Yes.
exactly what we're aiming for. Let's not say fuck the government.
But what we're doing can be very easily misconstrued and misunderstood. And if
that's
we're
why-
not direct, and if we're not, you know.
And that's why we have to break it down.
Yes.
And one guy was interviewing me when we were at the march, and he's like, what do you hate about the government? And I'm like, I used to talk like that. I'm going, well, we kind of get government confused as this one entity, and it's a bunch of different entities that are one that come together, and we use that one word to blanket everything. Oh, we're going to cover it all. But no, it's more intricate. It's more detailed. The DMV is part of the government. You got
Social services.
everything is the government.
Child protective
and they all
services.
suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Some
of them are good. Some of them are good.
I don't want to say suck, but I want to say a lot of them are truly ignorant, really. And it's sad that such ignorant agencies have such control over our lives, really.
Yeah. Like the DMV, I mean, I kind of like try to brainstorm, and like before I mouth off about how bad they are, which I feel like they always are, they're always just like rushing you, and then you sitting there and wait all damn day, and there's a ton of people in there, and sometimes there's no chairs. Like, how do you fix that when you're overpopulated and there's so many damn people? Every day at the DMV, and these people are just like drained from seeing people all day, and I show up like, well, you better treat me nice. Well, how about they do treat people nice, they just get tired of the bullshit. And that's how I feel sometimes at work. I go like, it's the same thing every time. Drunk person again, drunk person over here. I'm seeing it all the time. And that's why the frustration with me when I hear people that just completely hate the police, like every single policeman out there.
Yeah.
You hate every single cop? Like, do you know what they do? But we're getting a little sidetracked. But spirituality, I just want to like say in our spirits, we should have a spirit first of all. You know, like they say, get with the spirit. It's Christmas time. Well, get with the spirit on being a human being. You're not going to be here forever.
Get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with your intuition.
Get to know yourself. Talk to yourself
absolutely.
like I do. I always talk to myself. I'm like, who?
He's like, in my 3 other personalities, but
No, I'm like, who am I? I do that shit all the time. I'm like, what am I doing on this planet?
dang it.
Yeah, it boggles my mind because
It's
like,
mind-boggling.
We're sitting on a ball right now, and that ball is floating in outer space.
Why are we not falling?
And
And what is this gravity thing?
yeah, and then like, why can't we like just leave, like go somewhere else, or like, why am I here still? And then I start backing up, going, okay, you're thinking too much now. But wait, what's beyond outer space?
But wait, keep thinking. You're on the right track.
I think I'm thinking into nowhere
It
because
is you trying to tap into some of that knowledge that's buried deep down in your brain from your past lives. Time travel is possible, and there are other universes out there that are exactly the same as the universe that we are in right now.
And what makes you so confident? 'Cause
Well,
you
there's
sound
a lot
confident.
of there's a lot of scientific proof.
Where's Eddie at? No, I'm just kidding.
There's a lot of scientific proof about having found other galaxies
Yeah.
that are basically the mirror of our galaxy. So if there is a whole other set of planets out there, and there's another Earth, who's to say there isn't more life out there?
Yeah, they just found water on Mars. Did you just say that?
Hello, they found a conglomerate rock. A conglomerate rock is specific proof that there has been, at one point, fast-running water on that planet, because that's the only way that you can form a conglomerate rock.
And here comes my conspiracy mind again. Where's my dum-dum-dum-dum?
NASA made it up.
I'm not that fast today. Here comes my conspiracy mind. I don't think any of this stuff is true until I'm there.
And that's completely understandable.
Not taking away anything you just said. I'm talking about the whole water on Mars. Like, are they saying this shit to pump us up? Like, are they bringing back this water so we can see it? It's fucking super far away. How do we know what's going on over there? The landing on the moon. Like, is that true? Is that shit false? Like,
you know, some of this stuff we're never really gonna know. Right. Honestly, I all these conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I have my own ideas about what they all are, and pretty much I don't go around pushing them on people or whatever, but there are a lot of things that in all reality we'll never know the truth. So let's just leave it be, because the truth always comes out eventually, so let's just wait for it.
And what I think what we're doing right now with our brains, and this is just a little bit off, but like we're using our brains, like they say we use like 10% of our brains at any given time.
Not if you're left-handed.
Is that right? Is that true?
Look it up.
I'm gonna look it up. And then again I go, who wrote this shit? But here we go again with my tangled up mindset. But I think we're exposing more, and we're trying, like I always said, like we cannot fathom, we cannot comprehend what we're doing here. Like I said, what the fuck are we doing here? Can someone please tell me? Nobody can. And they can say, well, there's a book that says this, there's a book that says that, and I think that's cool. I think it's there for guidance, but there is no real, we're here for this purpose, and this is what we should be doing. So I'm just fucking tying myself up in a knot again. But
no, I say you go for whatever you feel you're on earth to do, you do it.
I think what I'm doing is I'm pushing my brain to the limits.
There you go.
Like, I study computers, and it has like a RAM that makes it go faster. It has a built-in memory that has gigabytes. I feel like I'm pushing it to see how hard I can push it until I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep now. Like, I'm really just
I do
pushing.
that to my smartphone. It cannot keep up with me.
Smartphones is another good thing. I mean, these things are like an external hard drive. These things keep
That's another conspiracy theory all in itself.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. So we're going to talk about the tarot.
The tarot.
Tarot. I always say it wrong. What does that mean? What is T-E-R-O-H? Is it H?
No, T-E-A-R-O-T.
I can't spell. I
tarot.
Suck.
Tarot readings. It's a divination tool that
your vocabulary is humongous for somebody that dropped out of high school.
I love learning new words.
Words are fun.
Words are very fun. So I pick up the dictionary every now and then and open it up and pick a big word and use it in my vocabulary.
Okay, so what do you have in your hand?
I have in my hand a deck of cards. It's the Rider-Waite deck of cards. There's 78 cards, major arcana and minor arcana.
Is it witchcraft?
It is not witchcraft. Everything in this universe is an energy, including your words, your thoughts. Everything about you is an energy. I can pick up your energy and decipher symbolism and let you know what your most likely outcome will be regarding a situation based on your energy. But I can't fortune tell it for you, because as I'm giving you insight into that, your energies can change, which will change your outcome. That's if that makes any sense. It's just guidance.
No, it's so true. Like if you're watching a movie, you feel one way about it. This movie sucks, and it scares the crap out of you. You're like, oh shit, this movie's good. I like this movie.
Or when things turn out to be totally different than you thought they would be, like you're dreading something because, oh my God, it's going to be that. And it turns out to be something really cool,
You're
know?
like...
Ay, mijo.
Okay, so what's the first step in this card game? Is it a game?
It's not a game. It's a divination tool.
Just kidding. Okay, so what's a divination tool?
I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so I have pre-shuffled this deck already. Okay,
So
I am going to let you cut it in 3.
Sweet. Let me cut these
you
cards.
You get to touch my deck.
Excellent. Cut it in 3.
Yeah, so one section.
This reminds me of like magic tricks.
No.
It is.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and then what?
And then hand them back to me.
All right. Now I'm gonna do this here. That's like eyeballs. All right. Oh, you peeked.
I did not
I'm just
peek.
kidding.
I just put them back in whatever order in that I intuitively feel I should. Okay, because this is all something you pick up on your intuition. Okay, and then I'm going to do what's called a Celtic cross. And Celtic cross is going to give you specific energies, specific situations, specific advice. Okay, so we want to do it over there, don't we?
Just one, yeah. And then
Okay,
I'll
so
put the
card
camera.
number 1, which is your current position, would be. Wait a minute, can you see it?
Yep, it's upside down.
I know it's supposed to be.
You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't. That's how it came out. It means the energy is reversed. It's the Page of Swords, I believe. Page of Swords.
What's a Page of Swords?
Well, the Page of Swords is it has a lot of different meanings, okay? But basically what this is that in your current situation, you find yourself being challenged in your thought process a lot. You keep receiving messages on a daily basis through different ways, and it's all mental. It's all of your thoughts, people's thought process, and that is your biggest focus right now. It's all on your thought process, on the thought process of others, on the thought process, and that is what encompasses. When other people, focus on their finance or focus on this or focus on yours at the current moment is on your thought process.
Yeah, like I want to know what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking it, and why is it happening.
And that's where most of your energy goes into at the moment, basically.
Yeah, instead of like, oh, it's just there, like, I'm scared or something. No. Why are you scared? Like, instead of that, something taking over me, I want to know what is going on and how can I get control of it. Right. That's so freaking on top of it. First card, so, whoa.
Card number 2 is the energy that's crossing you, which means it's either what's helping you or hurting you. You get to decide, okay? So card number 2, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the 3 of Pentacles.
Looks like a little dude with like 3 cards. He's holding one up, or am I off here? What is
it?
Am I jumping a step ahead?
The first one was a sword card, right? It was a Page of Swords. Swords are related to thought processes. Okay, this is Pentacles. Pentacles are related to everything material, so money. This is a guy who is just starting to get his financial situation going. He's working, as you can tell. He's taking pride in what he's doing, checking it, making sure everything's all good, and then he's going to put it up there and save it. It means that what's crossing you or what's hindering in you or helping you is that you are just at the beginning of your financial situation, which means you're at that point where you have to work hard. You have to double check everything. You have to make sure you have to work hard. It's not giving you a complete result financially yet, but that's where you're at. So it's kind of like not coinciding with you and your thought process, situation at the moment. Like you want to put more energy into your thought process, but your financial situation is really preventing you from doing that.
So true.
Okay.
Whoa. If I had more money, man, I would just be on top of it. I'd be able to actually sit in this room, which I do once a week, but I'm like always in a rush, and I'm like, okay, this is the last second thing. Instead, I'd be sitting here just taking note after note, getting my strength together when it comes to doing a show, because it makes me more confident when I have all my ducks lined up, so to speak, and have all my notes ready to go. Instead, I'm just like, oh crap, I got to get this ready. Don't forget about that. And all that stuff just frustrates all my energy.
But you got to remember something. It's what you work really hard for that you truly value. So at some point in your life, you're going to get to a point to where you're going to be like, damn, I worked really hard for this, and this is cool. And you're going to value it. You're going to take care of it. You're going to nurture it.
I tell that all the time to my sister when I'm driving in my truck going, you don't realize where we came from. Look what we have now. Like, you have everything you've wanted.
But she will realize by seeing you.
Well, I just remind her, because she better wake up. No, thank you. Yeah. I everything you're saying is so far 100% true. Not 99%. It's 100%.
And not that it couldn't be so vague that it could be anyone's situation, because it could be, but we'll get into it a little bit more and see where we go with it. Okay.
Let's get deeper.
So card number 3 is your recent influences, or what's recently influenced you.
Okay.
And we have
some chick with like a fireball in her hand.
Temperance, right side up.
Temperance.
Now,
what does that mean?
This is a card of the major arcana. The major arcana are basically called karma cards. They're cards that you have no influence over. You cannot stop them. You cannot change it because it's something that's already been put into play either by yourself or someone else in your life. Temperance is the card of patience.
Wow.
So what's recently influenced you is you have somehow, some way come to the realization that you need patience, that you need to be patient, that you need to continually motivate yourself, because not everybody is going to motivate you at times. And that's what's influenced you to make the choices that you've been making so far. Okay. That is a good karma card because it's a card of growth. It's a card of growth. It's a card that shows that you are maturing, that you are definitely on your right path.
This is accurate. I really do feel that way. I am growing. I mean, everything you're saying is something that I said before, like recent. It's not like I said this shit like last year. I've been saying these things. What does that circulate around? You said influences of recent. Because you said that in the beginning. You said,
what's recently influenced you? Well, that's what's influenced the choices you've made. So whenever you come across a choice and you have to make that choice, what has influenced your choice ability or your choice making process has been the thought of, I gotta mature, I gotta grow, I gotta have patience, I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta motivate,
I always say that.
That's what's influenced you, okay? So moving on to the next card. Sorry.
I always say that in my mind. I'm like, you gotta do it for you.
Just do it.
Just do it already, you stupid.
Okay, so the next card is going to be what's influenced you in the past, which is different than your recent influences.
Trying to remember.
Okay.
A lot of stupid people.
So it's okay.
What is it? It looks like
It's a Two of Wands.
It's like a dude upside down.
What's influenced you in the past has been needing to make a choice. Needing to make a choice as far as your career goes or your creative endeavor goes. You've always had a choice. You could go one way or the other way and kind of been stuck in the middle of it, but very, very passionate about your choices, both of them. So in the past, you made your decisions based on, or you made your choices based on the choices that you had available as far as your career goes. So far I can tell you that you are all about your career at the moment. You're all about, your income at the moment. You're really not much into relationships, and you're really not much into, going out partying or anything like that.
It's so true. I am not into relationships. I am single, and I plan on staying single until I'm really strong. I am focused on financially.
Define strong.
I don't know, I want to have power. I want to have the control, and I guess I'm a control freak because all my life I kind of was forced to be in control. I say all my life, but like the last 15 years, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, I've dated women, and I don't see myself the way I want to be happy. And when I say that, like, I want to have the power, I want to have the strength to provide and have someone that's, the most important is respectful, and I can't find it anywhere I go. Like, I see physical attraction, I'm like, okay, and then I see like the filth of like someone's mind of like what they've been contaminated by, like television and stuff, and I go like, this is something that's not going to work. It's just not. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to be in relationships, but I found myself more intrigued by helping those that needed it, like my family members, rather than someone that is too busy partying to want to fight, and that's the biggest thing, is fighting is for reals. Fighting is everything. Fighting changes everything. Fighting has changed things.
Absolutely.
And when you stop fighting is when you actually lose. So people don't want to get that through their heads, though.
Well,
some people.
When the time is right, it'll happen.
Yeah, when they're
usually when you least expect it.
Yeah, starving and have nothing and begging for it, then you'll probably wake up a little bit. I don't know. Sorry.
Next card.
Let's move on.
Your next card is going to be with your possible future goal or destiny. What were we just talking about?
What
were we just talking about right now?
Cheetos?
Relationships.
Oh.
Oops.
What's going on here? What is this card?
This is the Queen of Pentacles. So your possible future goal or destiny, and we're talking this is the Celtic cross that I'm doing. And obviously, I didn't lay it out, so you can't see the form of the Celtic cross, but that's the form I'm reading them out. The Queen of Pentacles is a very very dependable, mature woman.
Yes.
Someone who is very good at managing money, making money, very responsible.
Yep.
A great managerial person, very determined, steadfast, not very much on an emotional level, but very much so on a everyday life. Okay, so your future, you're going to be dealing with a female that is of the nature that I just explained to you, and
nice.
Somehow, some way, she's going to either contribute or not contribute to your, but whatever she is going to be doing in your life is going to be very significant.
See what I'm saying? I'm going to be rich.
Yeah,
and
I think so. And I think you're going to meet a rich woman, and you're going to marry her, and you guys are going to live happily ever after.
No, I think she's just going to be my accountant.
Oh, hey. Yes, that is very possible. Whoever it is handles money. Because remember I said pentacles are money, material things, and she is handling money.
I'm not good with money. I don't care about money. Like I get a lot of it, and sometimes in bundles, and I just give it. Like, I don't see myself saving money. I see
Right.
myself giving away money because I don't.
Because you're a Sagittarius, usually money burns holes in your pocket. Well, how astrology ties into tarot, this is a perfect example, is that based on the fact that it is a pentacle, I can tell you it's an earth sign. So you're either going to be dealing with a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus female.
Whoa, I got to write that down. Well, it's all on record now. So
Well, it's earth signs. Just look for the earth signs.
When it does happen, I'm going to be like, oh, Natalie called it. She said that.
Okay, so the next card, we're almost done. Your next card.
No, take your time. I'm learning. Take your time.
Your next card is going to be your future influence. So what's going to influence you in the future, most likely, okay?
Drugs.
Imagine that.
Ooh, it's like some sort of like thing.
It's justice.
Justice.
Justice upside down, which means justice not on your side, but you pushing justice through. And it is a karma card. So it's something that you're not going to be able to change. Something that's already been put into play. You've been working on this for a long time, and you're about to see results as far as justice goes. So you're going to push justice along. And it's like you're going to be fighting against all odds, but you're going to keep fighting. And that's what's going to influence your future decision-making thought process.
This is nuts. That card really says that?
Yeah, it's a justice card.
Holy shnikes.
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah,
Up close and personal?
Let me look at it, because this is a trip. How does this card know this? This is something that I've been trying to do for like 5 years now, and now it's official. It's the future. It
you
says
can call
justice,
me for daily
guys.
tarot readings if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll put out your number. This card says justice on it. She did not mix the cards up. I don't think this camera is focusing too well. I'll take a picture of it and show people if we can keep the cards there, so I could snap them afterwards. all 4 of them, or was it 5 cards that we pulled out?
So far we are on 1, 2.
This is
We're
a
on 6.
trip, dude.
That's card number
how
6.
many justice cards are in that pile?
There's just one justice card.
There's just one justice card, and I pulled out the card that said justice. That's mind-boggling. Unbelievable.
Okay, so
For all you skeptics out there, this is mind-boggling to me. I can't believe it. It's so cool.
and again, I pre-shuffled the cards, and then you cut them.
Yeah, I saw you.
And then I mixed them up, and I am taking from the top.
Yeah,
Of the mixed up piles. So
that's the card that I wanted to see, because I'm all for justice. I really am.
okay, so the next card is going to tell me where your negative feelings are regarding your current circumstances. Okay.
Negative feelings.
Negative.
What do we have?
We have
Looks like a dinosaur.
It's a Knight of Cups.
Knight of Cups.
Now, cups represent emotions. Knights are usually the defenders, the fighters, the ones who just go out there and defend people and ideas and all that good stuff. But basically what this tells me, because it is reverse, is that you are battling within yourself as far as your emotions go. So your negative feelings are regarding your own emotions within. Whatever it is that you don't speak, whatever it is you don't tell people, what you deal with when you turn off the light at night and you can't go to sleep, stuff like that. I suggest counseling.
Yeah. I think I'd break the counselor's brain.
It might have something to do with your mother.
Just saying.
Well, I would not disagree, because once in a while, like in my brain, something will fly in there that says something bad could happen to somebody that you don't speak with anymore, and you're going to regret it. And I don't like to go back into these thoughts, but I'm not afraid to go into these thoughts. And what I'm trying to say is that, I have anger inside me, because I feel like, again, justice served when I had to take care of people that I'm only 18 years old, 19 years old kid.
Oh, I hear that.
Am I ever going to have the freedom that I had as a kid and being able to do what I want to do? So these are just questions that were going through my mind as the years were going by. I'm going, fuck, I'm taking care of a lot of problems
That's a
right
lot
now.
to take in.
Yeah. So it's kind of created this anger in my face, and that's like fuck you in my face, And it's not because like just suffering, but just like I feel like the people that are supposed to be close, like the person that brought me on this planet, gave me birth, is like the worst person in the world to me. So if that card's trying to tell me something, then
whatever energies this card is referring to, these are energies that have put a block in you, the energies that are holding you back from moving forward. Whatever negative feelings you have are totally just hindering you right now. So identify what those are and maybe work through them.
Yeah.
And you'll see instant results as far as you'll feel like a ton of weights has been lifted off your shoulder. I always suggest talk.
Yeah.
Just talk till you can't talk no more, because really that's when you release everything.
That's what I'm doing.
And I think that if you don't release those negative energies inside of you, they're like poison. And if you don't release them, they're going to want to come out somehow. And they come out in ailments and diseases and body aches and pains and stuff like that. That's my own personal theory.
That's deep. That's a good way of thinking about it. Miserable people. Wow. What else do we got? Is that it?
Nope, absolutely not. So the next card that I'm going to pull is going to tell us what the energies are regarding your friends and family sector, okay, at the moment.
In other words?
Friends and family, what, the energies going around you, basically with the people closest to you.
Let's see it.
It's all about money.
Is that what that is?
The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is... there's a lot of money involved as far as like interchanging hands. As far as your friends and family goes, there's a lot of people that depend on you, and it's very difficult for you because you're not quite where you want to be in a financial level yet. Now,
100% accurate.
Now, you know, the Eight of Pentacles does show some kind of payoff already, but in small increments. You're seeing a little bit of a payoff, but not enough as what you're putting out, basically. And so it is in reverse. So it is saying that you are kind of at a standstill where you really don't see yourself making any more than what you're making right now. But that's just temporary. You know?
Yeah, I believe that I'm supposed to financially gain a lot. I mean, and I don't want it. I want just what I have now. But if I can grow and expand, I plan on using it for a good deed. Don't understand about being stuck in this money situation, because money is like a trap to me, but
yeah,
I'm stuck in it. Yeah, you're right.
I think if you work through that emotional block you got going on, it might open other doors for you. I really think that there's a connection there, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're absorbing me. All these energies.
I'm absorbing him.
you creep me out. There was a guy in here.
Card number 9. Card number 9 is your ideals. What you think should happen ideally, okay, or what should ideally happen for your current circumstances to have the best outcome possible, okay? Not what's gonna happen, but what ideally should happen, okay?
Who made these cards? They look creepy.
That is the King of Wands.
King of Wands.
Wands,
like a wand,
represent fire. Which
fire.
represent creativity energy. It represents career. Represents so basically what this says is that it could be one of two things. It could be you're gonna come into your own as far as your career goes, and you're gonna be king of your castle, basically, as far as your career goes, or you're gonna be meeting someone who is an older gentleman of a fire sign, which is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Okay, that's gonna be very helpful in helping you come up with more creative endeavors to make your business successful. So it could be one of the two. I personally feel like it's you're going to be meeting someone, an older gentleman of a fire sign, who's going to be helping you. This fire signs are very they're very fun to hang around with. They're extremely energetic. They're extremely
on fire.
Funny. They're funny.
Yeah,
they're very funny. They're very compassionate people, but not emotional. Compassionate but not emotional. So they're go-getters. They are the leaders of the zodiac. They are the leaders in anything that they do. They get it going.
Nice.
Now, kings are usually men under the age of 50. Okay? Older than 25. So
I'm gonna look out for them.
Keep that in mind. So that's what ideally should happen. And I really get the feeling that this is someone that's going to come into your life in the next, I would say, about 2 to 3 months. So let me know.
You're totally water right now. You know that? You put out my fire. I started off fiery, and then you totally watered me down. Not fun.
Okay. Oh, come on.
I'm just joking. This is cool. I'm really learning. I'm here to listen.
Feel it.
I'm listening. And
allow the process.
You can never take over this fire.
I know. Okay, so the next card is going to be your final outcome.
Oh,
okay.
Like.
Oh, come on!
Is it
Don't
gonna
be
be
such
good?
a scaredy cat.
I know. I'm a scared little kitty. The hell is that? Looks like
Money, money, money is your focus, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
Well, that is a Knight of Pentacles.
Didn't I tell you I'm trying to hold my own like a king? Like, I want to be, and I keep saying two different things. I don't want money. I do want money. It's like inevitable. I know.
Well, you want it, but you want it for the right reasons.
Yeah,
you
like,
don't want it to show power or greed or anything. Like, you want it to accomplish things.
And
in
it's
life.
not even so much want. It's I have to. I need to do this. It's not like I want it. I don't want it. I want to. I'd
but
like
the way
to.
that everything is structured nowadays, without money, you can't get very far.
Structured.
Yeah.
It's too real, right?
The struggle is real.
A lot of money cards. Maybe I'm brainwashed with money.
Perhaps. No. But I do think it is one of your major focuses. If you notice, the other Knight that you had, which was a Knight of Cups, was in reverse.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is upright, which means you are very well on your way to attaining.
Upright.
What you've been upright is
positive.
Upright is the original meaning of the card. Reverse is the complete opposite of the meaning of the card. Some cards are positive, some are negative.
So when you put it, I was wondering why you're putting it upside down like that. I thought that was bad.
No, that's just how they're coming out.
It's just an opposite.
It's just an opposite.
Nice.
It's just an opposite. So basically, what this says is, if you've been doubting yourself, don't, because you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing a good job. You're on the right track. You just got to be patient.
Thank you, Zodiac Gods.
Woohoo!
Wait, isn't it Tarot Gods? Fortune telling?
No.
What are we doing?
It's thank you, Natty, for the tarot reading.
Oh.
Okay,
do you have like a website, or how do you get in touch with people?
I don't have a website. This is just something I do
Facebook
that
you can plug people in with?
I do have a Facebook page, but it's not for tarot. It's actually for another business I have.
You should make one for the card business.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't charge any money. I am a true believer that this is a gift, and if I start charging money for it, money is the root of all evil, and my gift will be taken away from me. So I don't charge any money for it.
You're incredible.
If you are lucky enough to know me, then you will probably be lucky enough to get a reading from me for free. And I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything in this world happens for a reason. Same here. If we come into each other's paths, that's because we're supposed to learn something from each other. So
doesn't mean it's positive though, right?
Well, there's a positive twist on everything.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I mean, we don't always assume that when we meet somebody, like, they're going to do good for us. Like, you can't think that way. You have to see the person for what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
I know people that, like, everything's going to be positive. You got to try to understand that some people are, like you said, two-faced. Like, you got to realize that.
Oh, yeah.
But I appreciate you saying that. I mean, God, I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to be getting this done, because it is meant to be. And to me, this is a positive thing. Okay. So, what are you pulling out there, huh? Another book?
No, absolutely not. It's one more card. No, one more card you're gonna get, and this is a.
Where did that card come from?
It's from a different deck, and it's more of a personal guidance deck. It's a deck that was created by Colette Baron Reed. She's a very, very interesting artist. Google her. Look her up.
It's all on document. I'll be Googling it. I'll put them in the links too in the description for people. Whoa, those are gold cards.
I love these cards. These are my favorite.
You can flatten out that table if you'd like, so things don't fall off the little table there.
It's okay. I'm going to put this on the bottom. But what I am going to do, however, is I'm going to have you pick a card.
Any card. Pick a card. Are they shuffled? Whoa, those are cool cards.
They are now. Okay, out of this whole deck, just pull out any card.
All right, I'm going to close my eyes.
You can hold the deck if you want.
I'm going to close my eyes. Where are they? Oh, there we go. All right, I'm pulling one out. Oh my God, what have I done? I dropped all the cards.
Oh my God.
What is my problem?
Good. That is not good. I'm just
Hold
kidding.
On.
I'm just kidding.
That's a curse.
That is a curse. But which one's your card?
Everything you just said in that little cup there, it's all going down.
No.
It's all ruined.
No.
Here's the card right here. Can I read it to you, or is it a secret?
No, turn it over.
All right. It says Sacred Pool.
And is it reversed or upright? It's upright.
It's upright.
Upright.
So it's
Sacred Pool. Card number 47.
Put this in the cup.
I will give you your guidance in just 1 second. I don't think it's going to fit in the cup.
Well, just show the camera real quick. Just show the camera. It's like a dude who's like chilling over a pool, and then there's like water, and it says Sacred Pool. Does that mean I like jacuzzis?
Maybe. Let's check it out.
Card you're looking
47. It up. Yes, I am, because there's a meaning to it.
This is so fun.
And this is your guidance for your current circumstances.
You know, I'm a big skeptic. Listen to me real quick. I'm a big skeptic, but everything you've been saying, like, I truly, like, feel like it's accurate. And
Good.
I'm the type of guy that like doesn't believe shit when I'm watching TV, when I'm at a movie, when I'm hearing like
You
people
like
bullshit.
conspiracy theory.
Always. That's kind of what Eddie butted in and did at the beginning of the show. But I started to like, I didn't have a closed mind. I opened it real quick and I said, well, let's see. And then everything has been accurate. So I believe you on this, and I love this.
Cool.
I want to do it again. Can you do it again, or is that a curse?
You can. No, you can. You can do a daily tarot reading. You can do a monthly tarot reading. You can do tarot readings on anything. There are different spreads for different things. You can do a love tarot reading. You
can you do it yourself?
Yes. However, I have not been able to do myself.
Why?
Because I have a hard time not seeing what I want to see when it comes to myself. So I have a hard time being unbiased. And when it comes to you, I don't know you. I don't know your circumstances. So basically, my feelings are not involved. Sorry.
It's okay.
Whatsoever. In what I see and what I can, tell you based on the symbology. When it comes to me, I know because I'm...
You know you.
I know me, and I feel it on a deep level, and so I see what I want to see. Oh, look, there's a King of Pentacles with money coming into my life. He's going to support me. He's going to take care of me, and shopping sprees. And
nice.
Totally not what it meant, probably. So I can't do myself. But I have friends that are into tarot, and, I get my readings. Okay, so...
You're like, be gentle.
Gentle. Card number 47, the Sacred Pole. It says, the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world.
Definitely.
Deep. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see?
Sometimes.
The Sacred Pole card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for you now.
What does that mean?
I'll let you...
figure that out.
I'll let you finish reading this so you can get a better understanding. Okay, so starting from right there.
All right. Reflect by the sacred pool. Why are you laughing? And be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? I definitely can see that. I mean, do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? Let me throw something in here. When you're conscious, your embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience.
Keyword respect.
Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed but celebrated. Wow.
Needed.
Right?
Service to the world.
Whoa.
Unique.
Let me finish. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. What does that mean?
We were just talking about that.
Can you dumb it down, Shade?
Putting out into the universe.
Oh, yeah. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Thank you, kind book.
Qué bonito.
With surety. Surety. Sure. I can't read. And confidence and succession shall be yours. Whatever your inquiry. Should I read the reverse?
No, not the reverse. That doesn't apply.
That would be if I dropped the card, it was upside down or something.
So basically, no, if you pulled it out in reverse, basically this is saying, again, reiterating, you're on the right path. You've been doing the right thing. You need to give yourself a little bit more recognition and look at how far you've come and give yourself credit.
If I would have grabbed that card and I would have looked at it, if I would have grabbed the card and looked at it and it was upside down. The energies and the and vibes around you, pick that card out however it needed to come out. Wow.
There is no controlling any of that.
It was positive, though.
It was very positive.
Because check it out. Like, okay, I'm just trying to get an example. You had all the cards, and were they facing upside down?
No, they're all different. They're all different.
Oh, because they were shuffled.
Yeah, because they're shuffled.
Wow.
Some of them are already upside.
I didn't think about that, but I just got lucky. That was pretty accurate.
Well, and speaking about luck,
you don't believe it.
Sagittarius is a sign that's ruled by the planet of Jupiter, which is a planet of luck. So you will find yourself throughout your life having spurts of good luck.
I feel like I'm very lucky. I feel like I'm very lucky to come from a guy living in motels as a kid and living from house to house with my mom to now like being able to have a place and have a nice car and just being able to like do what I love in this podcast and just be able to...
You're a good guy and you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
And
you're a good person
I'm
too.
pretty sure you don't hear it often enough and you should, but I really think that you're doing a great thing with this.
Thank you. And you're always welcome to swing by and chat it up. Are you a religious person?
I am not a religious person, no.
Why not?
Well...
I'm not religious either, by the way. I'm just trying to challenge your brain.
I don't believe in religion because there is... one, because it's man-made, and two, because there's money involved.
Were you ever religious?
No, but I did have very negative... growing up as a kid. You know,
Christian?
I was Catholic and then Christian. Very
Same here.
very negative experiences.
Same here. I was a Catholic as a kid. I was baptized, and then I
Me
went
too.
to the Christian thing, and I kind of just got older. I kept asking questions, and then I'm starting to think like, I'm agnostic now. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I do believe in good.
Yeah.
I believe that God is just a painted description of what the word good is. Because if we didn't know what good looked like, God, we would not know what exactly it is. And like the devil, okay? You take a D out of the word devil, you got evil.
Mm-hmm.
Evil. You have to describe what is evil so that we would know. Well, evil is bad. It's the big red, fiery, horn-looking monster guy. And that's a good symbol to show people that, or not a good symbol, but it's a bad symbol to show us what the word actually means.
Yes.
Which is bad. So what? Sorry.
No. That's you're on the right track there. I mean, I think that Jesus was real at some point. I do think he was just a hella good person, and I do think that he was just a teacher of love.
Why go with Jesus though? What about Allah?
Well, because that's what. Well, even Allah. Any of the great leaders of the earth that are all religious, figures or entities or whatever. They were all teachers of love. If you think about it,
Of course.
when it boils down to it,
Why?
anybody can take. Have you ever played the game Telephone?
Mm-mm.
When you were a kid, you never played it. You take 6 or 7 kids, and they're standing next to each other. Sorry. The first kid takes a small statement and whispers it in the ear of the next one, and the next one whispers it, and so on and so forth. By the time you get to the end, it is completely different than what it started out to be.
Definitely.
We're talking about a Bible, a book that was translated over millions and millions and millions of years ago, and God knows how many people and how many languages. Really? Are we really going to believe that that's exactly what it was?
Some people are hardcore. I think it's brought up that way into their minds, and they're embedded. They're shaped to think that for the rest of their lives. And I was reading something about like the first 6 years of someone's life. If you teach them one thing, they will go
first 7 years of someone's life shapes their life.
They'll go for the rest of their lives with that thinking process.
Yes.
So maybe my mom taking me down the ghetto road, and maybe that was.
I'm going to tell you something about your mom, okay? I'm going to tell you something about parents in general. Parents do the best they can with what they have and what they know.
What they know.
How much do you know about your mom's upbringing?
Very vague.
Probably because it's not very nice. Probably because it's something she doesn't want to think about or talk about. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, you've got very valid points. I'm just saying, like, be open-minded when it comes to your mom, because everybody is dealing with something always. And an addict, it's just a broken person. Yeah. Emotionally broken.
Yeah, my mom would always say about homeless people, don't judge them because you don't know how they got there, and you don't know why they're there. So she was a smart person. She's a smart person to a degree, but the difference is that it's in my mind is that she good. Like I always say, like these politicians, these celebrities, are they good for our society? If not, then we shouldn't be around them. It's the same thing with my mother. If she's not saying anything good, if she is not contributing anything good, if she's not even trying to take a stand in something good, why would I be around that? So it's not so much of anymore like, I just eliminated the situation where it's like I don't want to be around that anymore.
Well, because it's negative energy, and you don't need that negativity in your life. And
that's absolutely
honestly, it is her journey to turn that around. I will tell you that hate is nothing but love turned inside out. Anger is nothing but sadness turned inside out. So,
wow.
As the fire sign, you would feel the extremes, the hate and the anger, but really what you are is sad, and you just can't express it. So it comes out in anger.
I'm definitely sad. I'm not going to lie. I feel like life's not fair.
Yeah.
And I feel like not just for me, but for tons of people out there that are suffering, and I'm sure you know how life has been. We all can relate to a degree, and even rich people, like their lives are sad too. They're popping pills. They can't find true love. They're hiring women to have sex with because they can't really connect.
Yeah.
It's not just us. It's everyone. It's a human problem. And,
it's a human problem.
Getting into my personal life, I feel like it's necessary because if I don't explain how I feel, then she would never know.
Exactly.
And if she doesn't explain herself, I would never know. The difference is that she doesn't want to grow up. And I'm tired of trying to tell her to grow up. And I cannot force a horse to drink water or whatever that stupid saying is.
No, absolutely. You can teach a man to fish. Wait, how does that go? My mind just went blank. Just kidding.
You can teach.
No, you can lead a man to the fishing hole.
There we go.
Just kidding.
You can.
It'll come to me. Watch.
We got this.
All right.
You can take a water. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly.
Take a while, but we got it.
See, we got this.
So the whole religious thing, I think, is amazing to build a structure of helpful deeds.
It's got valid points.
Yeah, of course.
It's got very good insights.
But it's like Santa Claus to me, or the Easter Bunny. Like, these things are shaping kids to think positive, be good and all that. But when it comes down to it, is it true? And that's the thing that I'm not convinced there's a man in the clouds looking down at me going, "What are you doing? You sinner. I'm looking down at you right now, and you're gonna go to hell for masturbating right now." Like, so I feel I feel like there is something out there, a higher power. There may be energies, like you're saying, which I think you make a great point.
I highly encourage you to watch The Secret.
I'm going to look at that.
It's a very good documentary, and as far as what we're talking about, it'll give you a little bit more insight.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep looking into this. I appreciate your energies in this room right now, because it is all about energies.
Absolutely.
If you came in here with like a kind of like a shady type, like this,
you would be all.
I would feel it,
you know?
And I'd start to, and I'd say exactly what's on my mind. By the way, I do that shit all the time when people come around me. I tell them right away, and I'm gonna see how they react to it, because it's not like I want to fist fight people, but what I want to do is see what's inside.
You just want to call people out.
Yeah, I want to see what's in your mind, and I want to know if you're honest, because if you're not, I'm gonna fucking call you out.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah, and it's not even so much wasting my time. It's just like you're wasting your own time with these fucking lies. What are you trying to get ahead of? Who are you trying to fuck over? And sorry for all this cursing.
No. Hey,
I'm sure you might play this for your daughters, and they might hear it.
You're passionate.
I am, but I
my daughters hear cursing all the time, but they also know that there's a time and a place for everything, and if they curse in front of me, social services might get involved.
I'm just going to censor it, because I like some of it, but I like talking regular. My co-host would say, like, it should be for families to listen in, because I want to teach families how to interact, and that father who can't talk to his son because they hate each other's guts, that daughter who can't talk to her mother because they just don't see the same. Like, why? And then you're asking me the same thing. Why don't you talk to your mother? Well, it's a little different. It's
complicated. It's always different. It's always complicated, but I highly suggest that you play with the idea of maybe you have a right to ask any question you want. You have a right to receive an answer. I think that if there's something in particular you want to know about your mom in those circumstances, I think you should go ahead and ask it as clearly and direct as you want.
She doesn't have she's not intelligent enough, to be honest with you, because the questions I'm asking is like, why are you upset at me for taking care of a child that's yours, and you only call her once a year, that's for her birthday or maybe Christmas, yet you're mad at me because I'm taking care of your kid? Like, you want me to respect you when you can't even call your child to ask how she's doing every day? Like, you're not a parent.
Can I share something with you? Do we have time?
Yeah, we got plenty of time. We can talk for 5 hours if you want.
Yes. I have a son. that has not lived with me since he was 3 months old. Okay. I was 17 at the time. His dad was going to take him to visit his grandma, and his dad and I had separated, and he never brought him back. And I was 17 and naive and stupid and a drug addict. I went to go get him. They called the cops on me, told the cops that I had a gun and I was threatening everyone. And mind you, I have my 3-year-old daughter at my hip because I already had a daughter. And the cops get there, 10 deep, helicopter, the whole 9 yards, snatch my daughter away from me. I hadn't had any, experience with the police, but I'm getting slammed to the floor and beat the fuck up. And I was scared to death. I was ignorant. I didn't know I had options. I didn't know I had rights. So I walked away from that situation because they told me if I didn't, that they would take my daughter away from me. And at that point, I'm looking at it like, well, shit, at least I got to keep my daughter, okay? My son was raised in a very good environment. And I have not been very good at keeping in contact with him. But I have been as best as I could be. Because every time I see my son or I talk to my son, it just reminds me of what I missed out on. And although his family did a good job at raising him, because his dad ended up not raising him, and later on I had the option of taking him back, but I didn't want to uproot him from what he already knew, It's
a good thing to do.
And it's painful. Yeah. To this very day, it hurts just as much as it did 17 years ago, or 18 years ago, because he's 18 now. And but we have a really good relationship because I was able to admit what was my fault. And I was able to be honest with him.
And that's what I'm asking from my mom. Like, she's never taken responsibility and saying, thank you for what you're doing. I know you're a young kid, 22, 23 years old, taking care of your sister, not coming back, taking care of her again, and doing the best you can to be there every weekend to take them out and get them things they need. She was on drugs the whole time. So when I'd pick them up, she'd be asleep, and it's in the morning, and she wouldn't go to sleep, or she wouldn't wake up till like 3, 4 in the afternoon or something. This is what my sisters were telling me. I stopped going into that home like 3 years after I stopped talking to my mom because it was so ugly. It was so bad.
I really commend you for doing what you're doing, because that's a really hard situation to get out of. It is very, very emotionally disturbing to a kid, let alone a kid trying to take care of kids. And I think you're a great person for...
Thank you. I hope a lot more people out there can hear that and learn from me. And take the courage to do it.
Absolutely.
We have this courage to build muscles and be all tough and look like we're badasses, but real courage and real balls to me is going out and feeding homeless people when you can barely feed yourself. That's what I was doing with my brothers and sisters. I had really nowhere to go. I was renting out. It was like a office space. I was using it for a podcast that I was doing in Tustin, the city of Tustin, above a liquor store. And I was paying $230 rent there, and I wasn't even supposed to be living there, but the old guy was cool. He let me stay there. After work, I just go there. I take showers at work because there's showers over there. And with every paycheck I had, I'd pick up my brothers and sisters. I'd take them to where I work at, which is a great place. We don't want to mention. And they always had, dirty clothes or holes in their clothes or shoes that didn't fit or were ripped up. I would go and buy them new ones. I'd buy them school clothes. I'd buy them anything they needed with every dollar that I had. Good for you. And it just breaks my heart to know that they all kind of chose to not listen to me and not want to follow.
For now.
Yeah. And I know
for now
they look at me like this guy's fucking hardcore. Like,
when they become of age and they have children,
yeah,
it'll be a whole different story.
And that's the truth right there.
They will come back to you, and that is going to be the absolute best reward, and it's going to show you how it was all worth it, even though at the moment it doesn't seem like it will.
Yeah, I understand. I feel like time's wasting right now when I'm not talking to them and I'm not seeing if they're okay. But at this point, like, I've done a lot to make sure they're okay. I mean, I got fucking bags under my eyes from worrying about where the fuck's going on at my mom's house, who the fuck's over at that house right now, what drug addict's over there right now. Well, my brothers and sisters are sleeping on the floor. Well, my mom has a queen size bed, and she's sleeping with a fucking drug addict in her bed with her newborn son. And I'm pretty sure these kind of might reflect on some of the things you've done. I don't know,
no, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I did a lot of very stupid, ignorant things in my addiction.
And like you're trying to say, you should try to understand, and I do understand drugs.
But on the same note, she really needs to understand you as well. Yeah. Like, it goes both ways. Definitely. You know what I mean? What the damage that us addicts do to our kids is very extensive.
But you don't know you're doing it because of the
you know you're doing it.
You do.
Yeah, you know you're doing it. You're numb. You're very close. You're just very focused on numbing the emotional pain that you have, that you keep feeding by doing all kinds of stupid shit that goes into your mind, and you feel guilty about 24/7. It's like you create this monster, and all you can do is focus on that monster. So everything else that you're doing is stupidity.
And that's the reality that I have not been able. I'm glad you're saying that, because I am not able to recognize that until I'm actually in that position. And a lot of people say you'll never understand unless you're actually going through it. And I can try to understand, but
you're a perceptive person.
Yeah, I'm ashamed that my mom is the way she is, and it's like I wanted to work together with my 6 sisters and 1 brother. And it just never fell that way. Everyone's kind of just went their own direction. And I know it's a sob story, wah, but the reality is a lot of people are going through this right now.
There are a lot of people out there who are living through similar situations.
I am fortunate that I went to college and I was able to expand my brain, because I'm able to think now. I'm able to make better decisions. I'm able to challenge law enforcement, government agencies, corrupt governments. At one point I went to the Anaheim when they offer you home services because you can't afford it.
Okay.
I waited on the waiting list for like 6 months.
Housing? HUD?
Housing. I waited for a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
And they told me, well, we can only house you and your sister because she's the only one that you're taking care of, and your brothers and sisters, they have to stay with their parents. And I fucking flipped, because I waited a year and a half for them to tell me we can't help all of them. We can only help one. So I stormed out.
I wish you would have known me back then.
Why is that?
I've always been a hustler in life, you know what I mean? I've gotten away with doing as much right or good as I could, but also being able to survive, you know what I mean, by being street smart. And
I stormed out of there, and I regret it to this day because they would have helped me get placed with my sister. And
Yes.
when I got custody, because my other sister, I could have got more help from them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so ignorant, didn't know, didn't understand that they were trying to help me, and I just stormed out of there and blew my chances of getting. I went through multiple things because of the poor conditions that my mother had these children in. I called social services. I called, children's protection and all that stuff, and they're like, "Well, we can't help you." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "Well, these kids are suffering." "No, they got you." So they tell me. I'm going, "You're fucking kidding me, right?"
Yeah.
So a lot of frustration has built up over time, and that's why I'm strong today.
it's going to be worth it, I promise.
Oh, it already is because I'm able to speak on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to speak before. I didn't want to speak before. I didn't like speaking at all. I'm like, I can't. What do I have to say?
I think you're getting through that block that we were talking about.
I hope so.
That emotional block.
Oh, you're doing a lot for me right now. This is like therapy. This podcast has always been therapy because I'm able
awesome.
to vent everything that's going on around the world and directly in my life, and how it's like a wave. It just goes out, and people that listen, they can learn. I'm hoping they learn, but there's a lot of people that are at their certain age, they don't want to listen. So
Well, you're for sure planting a seed.
Definitely.
You know, with each word that you're saying, you're planting a seed and it'll grow eventually.
mm-hmm.